One. Hi guys, welcome to the latest podcast of YarninBlak. Today I've got my special friend back on, Dion. I'll introduce you to Dion in a minute. But first I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land that we're currently meeting on. I'm here in the beautiful lands of the Wurundjeri people down in Baldwin Q, and I'd like to pay respect to their elders past, present and emerging. And I want to thank any other Aboriginal people that are here with us today. And I better say hi to our guest, Dion. Dion, how are you?
Good, thanks, AJ. I'm going well. Thanks for having me back on the pod. Looking
No,
forward to it.
I know it's been a while since we've spoken. We speak all the time, you and I, but this is been a couple of years since you've been on the pod. So we're just going to catch up to what you're doing. So last time we spoke to you, you were just finishing year 12.
That's right. Yeah, just finishing year 12. I think I was about episode 3 of the podcast. So now probably 123 or something. But just at that time, 2022, end of 2022, I think it was, just finishing up year 12 and heading into that leadership role at Scotch College as the school captain. So
Yeah.
feels like a few years ago now.
Well, it was a few years ago, but what I'm going to say is leadership's really important to you, and it's something that I don't even know if you strive for it, but you seem to be able to manage leadership in a I don't know, it's part of your nature, and I like your leadership style sometimes, because it's not just about leadership being up the front. It's you being able to guide people and giving them pathways.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you to say that. Very generous. I think leadership is really important to me. I think I've grown up around really strong Aboriginal leaders in our community, strong matriarchs, the women in our family, really strong. But I think for me personally, it's about my leadership style is very much about bringing people on the journey with me, empowering others. For me, leadership is about it's a gift to yourself. I think seeing other people, empowering other people, is important to me. But I think at the heart of leadership for me is a relationality. I think it's all about relationships and the connection that you form with people, and that for me is the bottom line of it. At the end of the day, it's just about forming those relationships with people, being nice to people. Kindness costs nothing, and it's all about how you treat people, I think, with respect and, as I say, empowering others to be the best versions of themselves as well.
So when you finished year 12 and you had to go back and do a year 13, basically.
Yeah.
What was like year 13 like?
Yeah, no, it was definitely a very crazy year in a lot of ways. The model of school captain at Scotch is a little bit different to a traditional pathway. You have to be a school prefect in year 12, and then at the end of year 12, for those listeners that listened to the first pod, they would know that you have to apply to be school captain to the principal, and I was fortunate enough to be successful in that process, and I was chosen to be the school captain for the following year. So had to come back to school, do it all again. It was I suppose at the beginning of the year, it was a little bit different. Seeing all of my friends go off to university, starting the next chapter of their lives. And here I was stuck at school, it seemed. But sort of as the year progressed, I could see, why I really put my hand up to do it. It was to serve the school and to serve the community, which had given me so much opportunity in my life to attend a school like Scotch. Not many people get that opportunity, let alone many Aboriginal boys. So I was very fortunate to attend a school like Scotch, and I wanted to give back. And I suppose my day-to-day role was around managing the school prefects. We have 28 school prefects, so um, a lot of my role was managing those prefects and the various portfolios that fit within that, as well as representing the school at different functions and events, and really being sort of, president at all the school functions and so on and so forth as well. It was about being a bridge between the school executive, the senior um, leadership team, and the students. So being a voice for our students at that highest level of leadership with the meetings, the regular meetings that I was able to have with the principal. Um, what else I did? I went. One of the fun things that was a real highlight for me was attending the school runs Year 7 camp down at Phillip Island. So I got to go down to Phillip Island for 4 weeks and attend Year 7 camp. So that was a great way just to be able to welcome those boys into the school and get to know them for who they were. And I think it was a really, it's a really good way for those boys to get to know me and know that the leaders at their school are really accessible and want to know who they are. So overall, it was a great experience. It really developed a lot of my skills in a lot of different areas, whether it's dealing with people, managing teams, networking, connecting with alumni and people at the school, writing speeches, public speaking, attending school assemblies 3 times a week, having something to say there. So it was really a great opportunity for me to develop some of those leadership skills that we've been talking about already, as well as being a great opportunity to give back to the school and really say thank you in a way for the opportunities that I'd been afforded.
Yeah. Now, after year 13, then you
Yeah.
got into Melbourne Uni. So, where are you at uni at the moment? What are you doing? What are you studying?
Yeah, no, I was really, really fortunate with my Year 12 results to get the results that I needed. So I was able to defer my place at university for that year whilst I did my Year 13 at school. And was lucky enough to be awarded a Melbourne Chancellor's Scholarship, which is a really, significant scholarship, which supports my tertiary education with a bursary, but also means that I don't have a HECS debt. So that's really quite significant. So I've just, as we film this podcast, it's 2026, the start of 2026. So I am going into my third year at university, studying a Bachelor of Arts, majoring in politics and international studies and Indigenous studies at the University of Melbourne, and currently residing at Trinity College as well, Trinity Residential College. So heading into my third year of uni, due to graduate at the end of this year with my Bachelor of Arts degree, and looking at going on to further postgraduate study, hoping to study a Juris Doctor, a Masters of Law at the University of Melbourne next year. So it's a really exciting time.
So you're setting the bar pretty high.
Well, someone has to, I suppose. But no, I've always been passionate about education, and always wanting to learn. You never stop learning. So just want to sort of make the most of all the opportunities that I have. That's sort of one of the reasons behind it is just making sure that I take advantage of all the opportunities that come my way. And I've always been passionate about the law and how it affects our communities and how it affects individuals as well. So yeah.
If there were any laws that you could change affecting First Nations people right now, and you had the power to do it, what would they be?
Yeah, Oh, look, it's a tough question. There's a lot, I suppose, is the short answer. Um, I suppose something that's really topical at the moment is sort of these controversial youth bail laws, particularly in Victoria. So, sort of um, changing those or amending those so that the government sort of isn't taking necessarily a hardline approach to crime, which is obviously a really big issue in the community more broadly at the moment. But I suppose it's sort of those restorative measures, trying to um, break the cycle early, or using some of those preventative measures as opposed to just being tough on crime, which we know doesn't really work with our young ones. And yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think people realise the high percentage of Aboriginal youth in detention,
Mm.
and the reasons why they're often in detention, if that makes sense. Because
Yeah.
they're not often for really serious crimes. And you see in the media and you see on Facebook comments from people going, well, if they can't do the time, what is it? Don't, if they didn't do
Do
the
the crime, do
crime,
the adult crime, adult time, or something like that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. But the
So there's a
percentage
lot
is
of
very different.
factors. Yeah, there's a lot of factors that obviously we know influence an individual's life and circumstances. So trying to look at how we can improve some of those factors so that our kids and our people don't end up in the justice system in the first place is the approach that I think we should be focusing more on.
Yeah. And you're still traveling back to New South Wales during all your breaks.
Yep. Yep. So my family live in Armidale here on beautiful Anouan country, which is where I am right now. For those that don't know me, my mob's Gamilaroi from Moree, so all my family, close family, still live out there. So we were over there for Christmas. To visit all my family out there. So it was really nice just to be back home, be on country, and be around family, and really set me up to for this year. But yeah, still traveling, still cool up here home,
Yeah.
but obviously um, living in Melbourne for a significant portion of the year at university and at college as well.
Yeah. So what's it
Beautiful
like being
country.
so what's it like being at Trinity College?
Well, I always say it's like a big boarding house with um, less rules in
Yeah.
terms of, there's a lot. At Trinity, we have about 370 odd students in the residential college. Those students from all over the place, metropolitan Melbourne, regional areas, international students as well. So, um, yeah, I think going to boarding school sort of prepared me in a way for college. It's very similar dynamic in terms of you're living in a residential community with other people, people that you probably otherwise wouldn't interact with, which I think is the beauty in it. It sort of
Yeah.
forces people that otherwise wouldn't know each other or talk to each other to get to know each other. And I think there's something really special in that. The relationships that you're able to form from that, the connections you build with people. But I think for me it's been absolutely wonderful. I've loved my time at Trinity. I've loved my time at college. The different opportunities that you're exposed to as well at a place like Trinity, with its staff, its resources, and but ultimately the people that are there have made it really worthwhile for me. I think, like anything in life, there are tough moments as well. It's not easy being someone from interstate. Um, all my family are still in New South Wales, so at times it's really hard um, you know, to live away from home and be off country. So that comes with its challenges. But on the whole, it's been really great, and I've got a great support network of friends and family friends and mentors like yourself who I feel really privileged to know. And I suppose for me, I take great strength, I think, in the fact that it's such a great opportunity that I've been afforded. As I said before, not many people get opportunities like this to study at a place like Melbourne University and Trinity College. So, yeah, for me, I take strength in knowing that not everyone gets this opportunity, so I have to make the most of it. And you know, you have to live your life as well.
Yeah.
And one of the things that my um, you family always say is, there's always home will always be here, right? So, if it all goes pear shaped, you can always come back home and live at home. But whilst you're young, make the most of the opportunities that you have. Get out and see the world and meet people, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Now, I've been to Trinity a couple of times, and I want everyone to know, the listeners to know that the dining area really does represent Harry Potter.
Yeah. No, it is a bit like Hogwarts, that's for sure. You've been there a few times now, and
Yeah.
we'll get you back this year. But yeah, formal hall, 4 nights a week, which is, yeah, you have to wear your academic gowns, your robes, all dressed up. You have to stand up, and you can't be seated until the official party come in, and the presider for the night says the acknowledgement of country, and you say grace as well. So it is very Harry Pottery, that's for sure. But I think there's something nice about it in a way, although it is a bit weird. It's sort of nice to share a meal with your friends 4 nights a week, and just share how your day was, talk about life, talk about what's happening around college, that sort of thing. And those sort of the dean of our college, the dean of the residential college, Leonie, she describes those our academic gowns as cloaks of inclusivity. That's what
Yeah.
she said. For everyone sort of dressed the same, and there's no sort of hierarchy or difference. You're just there sharing a meal with your friends and sharing how your day was. So yeah, there's something special in it, even though it is pretty weird, I guess.
And there's that night of the week, isn't it, where the staff serve the students?
Yes, correct. So we have bursary shifts. That's part of the deal at college. Bursary, a service shifts to the college, so that's done by both students and staff as well. So goes both ways.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So, what's your favourite subject that you've studied at uni so far?
There's been a few. I think, well, as I said before, I'm majoring in politics and international studies and Indigenous studies, so doing a double major there. I think it's been really fascinating to see the different perspectives that people have. I think at a university like Melbourne, there's obviously a, an array of different perspectives and views, political views of individuals. So I think it's not necessarily a favorite subject, but one of the beauties of it, I think, has been opening my eyes to the different perspectives that people have. And, you can be really firm in what you believe sometimes, but sometimes it is nice just to consider something from another point of view, so to speak, and sort of understanding why is it that person thinks that way, and learning to think critically about how individuals think in terms of the information that they have, or how did they learn that? How did they come to know that? Is that a reputable source? So the sort of critical thinking skills I think have set me up to, um, you know, think a bit more deeply about issues and the material that we're studying. So I'd say that. But in terms of actual subjects, I think I really enjoyed some of my breadth subjects. So sort of it's a bit unique, I think, at Melbourne Uni, but you're afforded the opportunity to do what they call breadth subjects. So they're subjects that are outside of your course or outside
Yeah.
of your major. So one of the subjects I've done has been sports coaching, which was really great. That's offered in the Faculty of Education. So that's sort of a bit like physical education, but you're coaching. You put together a bit of a coaching plan. You get a coaching license from the Australian Sports Commission, do a few courses, train up, do a training session on a sport of your choice with the peers in your class. So that was a really nice, like, physical
Yeah.
education um, subject. Another one that I've really enjoyed is music, mind, and well-being, which was a breadth subject again, looking at how music, sort of how we interact with music as humans, but also the sort of positive aspects of it, that sort of how music can influence your mind and your well-being. And I found that really, really fascinating. Um, and as well, just the subjects that I'm doing in my degree as well, I've found really, really great, really beneficial. Got some great lecturers and professors who deliver high quality teaching and learning. So it's been really, really great.
Yeah. So when you're not studying, what is it
Mm.
that Dion likes to do?
I still love my tennis. Still um, play at Kooyong, and so that's sort of it's one of my hobbies. But I've recently taken up a new role at college, coming into this year as the community representative on the TCAC, the TCAC as we call it, which stands for the Trinity College Associated Clubs, which is basically our student body, the
Yeah.
executive student leaders at college. So I've one of 8 students elected to represent our college, our student club. So that's been keeping me really busy over the summer. We have been busy planning all of our O Week activities. So that's been really exciting. But yeah, it's been great just to step into that new role and sort of beginning the planning of O Week. But once we get through that, my portfolio as community representative, I have oversight over our outreach committee. So looking at our community service initiatives, how we engage with the community on a local, national, and international level, but also responsible for our wellbeing and inclusivity committee. So looking at how we can support our students with their own well-being, but also overseeing our equity, diversity, and inclusion initiatives at college as well. Oversight over our sustainability committee as well as our zero tolerance committee. So certainly keeps me busy, AJ.
Yeah. So what time? When does Dion get a break?
Well, right now in the holidays, I suppose.
Yeah.
But no, it's I love what I do.
Yeah.
So for me, it's not necessarily a job.
No.
Um, it's just and you'd understand.
Yeah.
We love what we do, and it's not necessarily a chore or a hassle, but something that gives us, I think, a purpose every
Yeah.
day, a reason to get out of bed, and be really clear about what it is we're doing it for.
Now, this is not a job interview, but where do
Yeah.
you see yourself in 5 years' time?
Um. Ooh. Well, you might be my employer one day. Who knows? But um, in 5 years' time, so my law degree will take me another 3 years. So I'll be, yeah, Probably, will hopefully have finished my law degree, perhaps just starting my um, a graduate position at
Yeah,
a law firm, something like that. Moved out of college. Yeah, I still see myself in Melbourne. I
yeah,
think for a few years. I love Melbourne. I've got such good networks down there, great friends, good support. So I see myself in Melbourne at perhaps as a graduate at a law firm or something
yeah,
like that. Just starting my professional career.
yeah. But what do you love about Melbourne?
It's a good question. I think I love the people. I think the people are very nice. I think the city as a whole is, very cultural. There's always something happening in Melbourne. Great restaurants, great nightlife. The sporting capital of the world. So, whether it's tennis, footy, soccer, F1, like I
Yeah,
love my sport. So yeah, just love um, the sort of the cultural aspects of Melbourne, and obviously it has a really strong Wurundjeri community and a strong line of Victorian Aboriginal leaders who have contributed so much um, to Wurundjeri country, but to this country as a whole. So um, yeah, I think there's just so much to love about Melbourne.
yeah.
Maybe not the weather, but I think we can leave that to one side.
No, it's either hot or cold or rainy or wet, and that's just
Yeah,
in one day.
correct, correct. So yeah, no, it's four seasons in one day.
Yeah. Would you live in? Would you want to live anywhere else if you were given the
I wouldn't.
opportunity?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind living overseas or going on exchange, perhaps. Whilst I'm at uni, doing law, perhaps going on exchange just to see the world. I recently, in November, I was at the WIPSI conference in Aotearoa, New Zealand, which is the World Indigenous Peoples Conference on Education, which brings together First Nations peoples, educators from all around the world. So we had representation there from Australia, Aotearoa, the Pacific Islands, the Sami people from Europe, Taiwanese
Yeah,
people as well. So yeah, just wanting to get out and see the world, I guess, while I'm young. Yeah,
yeah,
but yeah, Australia's my home, and we've got such a great country here with all different landscapes. So need to get out and see that as well.
yeah. Now you're very proud of Armidale. I know that to where you
Mhm.
are.
Yeah.
If people have never been to Armidale before, I mean, where they can Google search to know where it is. But what is it that you if I arrived today, what would you want to show me about Armidale?
You asked me this question last time as well, and I
I
said the
know.
waterfall. So I might have to change my
Yeah.
answer this time. What would I show you? Um, I'd probably just take you um, down the street. I think down the main street. Everyone's very friendly. Um, it is like a country town. Everyone sort of says hello. Everyone sort of knows each other as well. So yeah, I'd probably just take you down the main street, introduce you to a few people, show you some of my favorite coffee shops and where I like to get a bite to eat. But yeah, I'd probably just show you um, around the joint, introduce you to the people, as opposed to take you to a particular place.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm just watching the time, so I know we don't have much more time.
yeah.
What would you like people to walk away with from a bit of a yarn this morning?
Good question. I could ask you the same question as well, but I won't do that because you're the one interviewing me. But what I would say is that I suppose it's a very simple message, and one that I've sort of repeated throughout our yarn this morning. But yeah, just and I think I might have said it something similar in the earlier podcast. But yeah, make the most of the opportunities that you have. Um, you never know what might come up in life, so always say yes. Live to regret the things that you do, not the things that you don't do, and I think as well for um, my our non-Indigenous peers and allies listening, I think as well have um, high expectations for Aboriginal people and our young people as well. I think often our people are burdened by the tyranny of low expectations, AJ.
Yeah.
And I think that it's really important that we set the standards high. We know that our people are remarkable people and that they can achieve anything in life. They just need to be given half a chance
Yeah.
a lot of the time. So that's probably what I would say. And um, recently, I'll do a bit of a plug, but as you would know, I'm involved in the Evonne Goolagong Foundation, which has supported me throughout my journey. And there's
Yeah.
a little mini series on ABC about Evonne called Goolagong. So I'd encourage everyone to go and watch that. But Evonne's sort of mantra or life motto is dream, believe, learn, achieve. So I'd encourage everyone to go out to dream, to learn, um, believe in yourself, and achieve. Dream, believe, learn, achieve. That's sort of how I like to live my life as well.
And I like that those philosophies that
Mm,
you kind of said then, and the
yeah,
one that I always think about is the opportunities. You don't know until you knock on the door what's on the other side of the door,
yeah, that's
and
right.
and don't be scared to go through that door. And if you don't like what's behind the door, then come back outside and try another door.
Yeah, correct. And at least you can, leave saying, "Hey, I looked at that. That wasn't for me, but at least I went in and gave it a crack."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I want to say thank you for hanging with me today. You know how much I care and respect you, so we will talk soon. But guys, I want to say thanks to Dion and thank you guys. I'll see you at the next podcast.
thank you.